All right, I'd like to make a quick video showing you how to use your TI-84 to plot points from a table and to make a graph of plotted points. So you can see right here, we have a table of plotted points. You can see the different points. You can see it forms a line. It's actually very easy to do. You just need to know how to do it. So there's this thing called stat plot, which you can get to by hitting second y equals. And in stat plot, you can choose whether it's on or off. Right now it's on. If I hit enter, I can change it to being off, hit enter. So if I go back to the graph, just click the graph button, you can see it's not there anymore. If I want to put in an equation like y equals x, I graph that line, there it is. I could go to zoom standard, which I'm going to scroll down to zoom standard, and there's y equals x. So now if I go back to stat plot, which is again is second y equals, and I turn this back on, I hit enter, and I turn it back on, I have the choice too of whether or not I want just points or if I want to connect the points. You can also do other things like histograms and stuff. So if I go down to there and I hit enter, just do the points, I hit graph. What'll happen is it'll graph both on the same graph, and you can't even see the other one. All you're seeing is y equals x. So windows are a big part of this. And so if you want to have both a function and a table graphed on the same graph, then that's great. But a lot of times you just want one or the other. So what I really need to do is I need to go back to y equals. I need to turn this one off because maybe I have functions in there that I want to use for other purposes. And so the way you do that is you highlight the equals, hit enter, and so now it won't graph it. So go back to the graph. We don't see y equals x anymore, but we also don't see the points we wanted to graph. So in order to graph those points, we want to change our zoom, and we just want to change our zoom to zoom stat, number 9 there. If I scroll down to zoom stat, hit enter, it makes nice, beautiful points there. So we can see the points. If I hit trace, I can trace out the y values with each x value, but it gives us a nice visual of what's going on the graph. It allows us to see the different points if we have a table of points. It makes it very visual. So what I haven't explained yet, so I explained to you how to turn on a stat plot. I explained to you how to get the window correct and how to turn off a function so you don't see the function overlaid with the stat plot. What I have not explained, I also showed you that you have options here. You can connect the lines if you want by going to stat plot and then hitting enter. But what you can see here, if I go over here to this one, now it's going to go back to making the connected dots like we saw originally right there. So what I have not explained yet is how to get the data in. So you'll notice that when I hit enter under stat plot, it says L1 and L2. Also gives me some different options in terms of what I want for a point. Do you want a box or plus or whatever? You can even change the color if you want to. So how to get L1 and L2? And in fact, it doesn't have to be L1, L2. It can be other table options as well. But how do we edit L1 and L2? And the answer to that question is the stat button here. So if you hit the stat button, you can see there's an option for edit. And so you hit enter on edit, and now you can see where you can type in L1, L2, L3, L4, L5. So here I put in the values for L1 being 0 through 60, and L2 has some other values. This came from a book problem that I was doing. I could change this so I wanted to, and I could have L3 be something else. So I can move over to L3, and what you do have to do is these have to have the same number of entries. So I can put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Wait, that's not enough. 7. So as long as I have the same number of entries, then I can plot these. So as long as L3 and L2 have the same number of rows, then I can plot these. So I can go back to my stat plot if I want to now. I see it's still L1 and L2, but I can change it to L1 or I'm sorry, I can change it to, let's say, L2 and L3. I could change it to that if I wanted to, and it would graph that as well. So you have options based on what you want to do. So that's how you do a graph. So this is what it looks like.